Beautiful day on the island of Sodor, and James went off to the mainland to deliver his freight train. But James forgot to fill up on coal. But of course he didn't know this. And now James was traveling all along the main line with a low amount of coal. He decided to release steam to go faster, but of course, that was not helping. Then there's trouble as they passed the second station. Right before they got to the entrance of Henry's tunnel, James came to a sudden stop. James had came to a stop. James was concerned. Driver, what happened? We ran out of coal. Oh, bother. Now I have to wait for help. James's driver went to the nearest signal box to call for help. There were no signal boxes nearby, so James's driver had to go to the station and called for help. The station master told James's driver that Henry would be coming down the line with the flying kipper. Nightfall came, and Henry was now off to collect the flying kipper. But unfortunately, Henry didn't know about James's predicament of being stuck at the entrance of Henry's tunnel. But Henry thought it would be fine. Then he had to switch onto some tracks. Onto the first line. You know what I mean. Henry reversed. I was now going to collect the flying kipper. If you're wondering why there's going to be a flatbed at the end of the train, it's going because it's going to be based off of the season 1 flying kipper. There we go. Final cars and continue the story. after Henry, he collected the flying kipper. He was now ready to depart the harbor. Well, not near the sea, but still, it's a harbor. Henry had departed and was now on his way. Henry loved flying along the line with the flying kipper. And if you're wondering, is this the same game as the other episodes? No, this is a different game called the Sodor Railway, which I'll be using for another Stories of Sodor video. Henry was soon gaining more speed as he passed through Knapford. Soon, he swapped onto a third line. Henry had seen the guard with a red flag. "What's the matter?" said Henry. "James is stuck on the line. He ran out of coal, so we'll have to wait for him to get some more coal." Oh. "Bother," said Henry. "Now I'm late. Now I'm going to be late." James was only up ahead. Forgot to do that when he ran out of coal, so I did it now. James was on the line ahead. He didn't know that Henry would be coming soon. But Henry had a plan. He waited for the station master to head home. And then after the station master went home, Henry decided to leave the station. But after leaving, that would be a mistake. He saw James' brake van. Henry shut his eyes until it was too late. I was expecting Henry to derail. Freight cars were smashed into pieces, and when Henry opened his eyes, he had seen what had happened. James was pushed all the way into the tunnel. Hold on. Let's give James his lamp. There we go.
That's a great idea. I love that idea. I'm trying to get on a plan here for being a parent's cruise. What
What was that? Said James. Aw. Oh, never mind. James looked over and saw that some of his train was derailed. Henry, are you alright? I'm fine, said Henry. But the back of the train isn't. James's driver expected the damage. Well, said James's driver, the lucky thing is that none of you guys were hurt. Sir Topham Hatt came. But before Sir Topham Hatt could speak to Henry, Henry had already left its sight. So Sir Topham Hatt looked at his watch. It was 6:41 p.m. My goodness, said Sir Topham Hatt. I have to head home for bed. So after Sir Topham Hatt did, Henry came back. But then there was even more trouble. Henry smashed into the van. His train flew high, ended up in a zigzag, and derailed. Poor Henry. And soon, Henry's train was cleared up and would now get repairs. Sir Topham Hatt heard the noise and came back. But again, Henry had left. Soon after Sir Topham Hatt went back home, Henry's driver forgot to shut off steam and apply the brakes. And then... Come on, Henry. Why won't you just fall off the rails? That's the reason I planned this video. We'll do this. We'll try one more time. I just want you to fall off the track. Oh, never mind. After the damage, it was now daytime. Soon they saw Sir Topham Hatt had seen the wreckage. Well, Henry, said Sir Topham Hatt, I would not expect you to go past the red flag, but you did. Sorry, sir. Henry decided to make up a lie. Instead of telling Sir Topham Hatt about the plan he made. When my driver got off to warn about James's accident, ran out of coal, my brakes weren't on properly. And soon I crashed into the back of James. Well, Sir Topham Hatt said, you could go shunt James to to the next station. Oh, yes, sir. And Henry did so. James was pleased that Henry was going to come and shut him to the station. But what about the flying kipper and James's train? Oh, hold on. But what about James's train and the flying kipper? That's a story for another day. Oh wait, wrong way. Buffer to buffer, Henry and James went home. The season 1 ending theme plays. And the theme suddenly stops because the narrator had more to say. The two engines finally back at Knapford. We're finally back at Knapford after their long day. Henry didn't realize that his signal was red, so that's why he didn't. Oh no! Somehow the tender got derailed. How did that happen? Oh well. Oh. Henry took James to a coal hopper.
I haven't felt like this since my dad died.
Uncoupled. Oh dear. Hold on. We're gonna need a new Henry quick. James was filled up on coal. Henry had already puffed back to the sheds. And James was now heading back to the sheds to get a good night's rest after their accident. James puffed onto the turntable. Oh no. There we go. And puffed into the shed next to Henry. There we go. Let's get Thomas here. Edward. Go and gold on. Oh, oopsies. Oops. There we go. Gordon congratulated Henry along with the other engines. That evening, the Fat Controller came. I've heard the news, and oopsie, dropped my phone. And I've heard Henry did a miraculous job taking James to the coal hopper. So that for tomorrow, he'll get to pull the express. And with that, Sir Topham Hatt left. Gordon was angry when he heard the news. But Henry, who was not listening, went into the shed and went to sleep. There we go. Now the engine theme plays for real. James, who is now Henry's new friend, did the same.
So what are we looking at today? Basically, I just want a tattoo that goes under my wedding ring. It's covered by the ring and I'm not wearing it. Okay. Well, just like that. Cool. I'm thinking I'm gonna do the same thing.
And with that, the two allies were asleep.
Yeah, I think I made a joke to Jason, like, well, you should just get your ring tattooed on and nobody will have anything to say ever. It's just always will be there.
Gordon knew that Henry might replace him as the new express engine. But that's a story for another day. Ba-bum, 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 dun. That was my best impression of the engine theme. Just putting all the engines to sleep. And the credits. Ba-ba-ba-bum, ba-ba-ba. Ba-ba-ba. Wait, hold on. Ba-ba-ba-bum, ba-ba-ba. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Bum 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 bum